Hey traders, welcome to another video brought to you by ZeroToHeroTrader.com, giving you the tools and the confidence to take on the markets in any environment and take your trading from zero to hero. Let's get started. All right, so if you go to that Sunday Hangouts, scroll up a little bit, put a little disclaimer in there. It just basically says that we're not considered financial advisors, and you basically trade at your own risk, trade your own account, and stuff's just for educational purposes only, but we try the best that we can. And with that, we will go ahead and start off, and let me know if I cut off again, if this damn thing kicks me out. I'm going to start off with COST. Which I really like, which is Costco. Let's see. Post it in the chat there, right under Captain's last one. So this one's been on a super run, even with all the crazy crap from Trump and everything that's going on. Volatility in the market, I mean, it's pretty strong. As you can see there, that 4-hour chart. And I've got the ZTH scalper script on there on the 4-hour, and it looks pretty good, man. And you can see it's kind of pulling back to the 34. Zoom in a little bit. And I really think it's going to have a bounce with all this news coming out, with Trump continuing the talks with China and everything. I think it's going to have a really good bounce, so I'm looking to take it over 266.50. So if it hits over 266.50, I'm going to go ahead and set an alert there, and I'm going to be buying calls on that sucker.
Hold on 1 second. Are you screen sharing or no?
I'm not. I just posted it there in the chat. If you go to the Sunday Hangouts.
I'm in the wrong chat. My bad. Okay, got it.
Yes, if everybody goes over to the Sunday Hangouts channel, you see that chart that I posted in there.
How do you even screen share on this?
You can, but you can only do it one-on-one. That's what kind of sucks.
Oh, that's a bummer.
When we get the YouTube live going, it'll be easier for people to follow along. But
yeah. Oh, we could always go to Twitch.
Yeah, but with Twitch, I don't think you can capture it, right? It goes away once you're done streaming.
No, you can capture it.
Oh,
you can download it. Yeah.
Oh shit! Start streaming then.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I had for this one. Costco. So you see, I added another photo in there. So that 266.50 area. That one's going to be interesting.
Captain,
to
you
me.
want to go next?
Yeah, man, I'm just going through a watch list right now and posting pictures of setups, and if anyone has any questions about the setups, like what is pattern breakout trading and what's a triangle, feel free to ask, type it if you need to.
Can you tell us what the tickers are?
But they're all there, and you just basically, all the charts I'm sharing is looking for bullish moves to break through the lines I've drawn.
Nice. I want to add a couple of things to the two of the chart that you posted.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, I really love that one. That has been on a tear, and that's also because they have the new currency coming up, Libra. Mm-hmm. And based on what I have read, is obviously in the U.S. it's going to be hard for them to actually come out with Libra because of all the regulation that the government may not want them to come out. because it's going to literally destroy the banking and the banking stocks or whatever. So it's something to keep an eye out for it, because if Libra does become, approved in US and other places, which I think it will eventually, is going to create a big impact on the banking industry. So it would be a good time to, maybe start looking at buying puts and everything at the banking time. Also, Libra is, which is Facebook cryptocurrency, is going to may not be in the US, but is definitely going to be getting approved in a lot of, developing countries and third world countries where, things are not as good. Like for example, some of the South American countries, they're actually based on the US dollar. So it could be really great for those countries, but we'll see how everything play out. It's a long play, but I think in the long term, if it does become something, it could be really good, and Facebook could, I don't know, maybe double from where it is.
I think so. I think like the Chinese version, like WePay and stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's already, you can go buy a car with that stuff.
And then to add on to what Sorab was saying, if Facebook, because there was talk about some government officials wanting to block the creation of Libra. I think that's what you're talking about, Sorab. And if for whatever reason, if for some reason they're not allowed to create Libra, then I do expect that to be a nice put day for Facebook whenever that gets announced. Yeah.
Yeah. But they are saying that it might, even if it does not get approved in the U.S.,
right,
it's going to be approved in like a lot of the, developing countries.
Right. Well, I think it will be approved everywhere else outside, unless it's like other places that have banned cryptocurrencies. I think China is trying to ban it. I don't know if that's true or not. But anyway, yeah.
All
Good
right.
point.
And second thing I was going to add, let me see which stock was it.
I added the Facebook chart in there if anybody wanted to see it there.
God damn it, which other one? And a CNC that was actually on my radar, and I played that thing, I think over like a month ago, or whatever. And it seemed like some big hedge fund company were just like adding a lot of position, and that also came out on the news. I haven't really followed it lately, but based on the chart, it looks beautiful, man. It looks like it's ready to break up.
I've been watching that very, very closely, man.
Which one?
CNC.
CNC, Centene Corporation?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, I guess I'll go next. I want to talk about JNUG and why I'm leaving it alone for a few weeks. As you can see the chart that I put on there, this is a 180-day 4-hour candle chart. So it used to be down there around between the 10 and 15 mark. And of course, as everybody knows now, it went through a reverse split. So that price got jacked up to 60. Now there's a lot of reasons why it could go up to why they could do a reverse split. The majority of the time, people believe that the company chooses to do to a reverse split is to avoid being delisted. I don't believe JNUG was in any danger of being delisted because it's been around that 10, 15. It's even been down to the $6 range multiple times, and they never had to do a reverse split for it. I'm not sure why. I read that they just wanted to get rid of their outstanding shares and then all that stuff.
It wasn't only them, right? It was a few others.
It was I think 5 or 6
class
total.
as well, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was several of them, but JNUG was the one that interested me out of them, and But yeah, so I'm gonna let one of the reasons why I can't trade this is because, as you see, that's like the high that it's ever been. All my charting has been done below, and I need to get some patterns. I need to get some more candles going on before I can even start trading. By trading, I'm talking about swing trading this. I will probably try to day trade this, no problem. But swing trading it, I'll probably hold off maybe for a month or two. Sorry, can I do one more?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. And this is one that I like, that I've been following ever since. I mean, it's one that I've known about, but I never really paid attention to it, probably as much as I should have. And that's UNH. And this one was mentioned to me by Captain. UNH has been going around this little channel for a little bit already. And it seems to be reaching that bottom part of that channel. I'm gonna wait until that little blue line, if you click on the picture and you go to open original, you'll be able to see the bigger image. That little blue line going in between the candles, that's the EMA, and I want it to go past that EMA. If it goes past that EMA, then I'll look into maybe swing trading this, but otherwise I'm just gonna keep an eyeball on it to see if it reaches that lower trend line I have drawn, and if it bounces off of that or not.
I like UNH.
Yeah, it's a freaking amazing. That place is not going anywhere.
No, very, very, very easy to trade on, like long term.
Oh yeah, big time. All right, Sorab, I guess it's your turn.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me post a chart. I'm going to talk about. I wasn't ready. You guys are throwing me into the buzz, but that's
Did it go
all right.
first?
And nah, it's all right. Give me 1 second. I'm just like
right.
putting up the chart for BYND.
Oh no.
Jeez, man. I love the confidence. All right, let me just crop
That
this.
stock is crazy, man.
Well, I'm going to show you my thoroughness and how to really trade that.
Yeah, I want to see your fluidness. So for those
Have
of
you
you that
guys
don't
tried
know,
those burgers?
no, man, I'm not putting that in my mouth.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, I've eaten a few of them, but they're kind of gross.
What is it? What are they?
Yeah.
It's a veggie burger, man.
Oh.
A&W and like they're expensive. It's more expensive than actual meat.
Yeah, no, I've had
Yeah,
one before. It's
yeah, there gotta be some chemicals and all those things.
yeah, I mean it's processed food, you know.
All right, so that's my chart on that thing, BYND. That's on daily, and you can see. I should have drawn the trend line, but you can see the trend line. Right now, if it goes below 140, it can pretty much break nicely. If one of you guys want to draw it, that would be good. I can usually tell by the eyeball, but
All right, let me look at it.
Yeah. And in the meantime, I'm going to open up an option and I'll tell you 2 different ways I would play this using options and selling options as well. Taking a screenshot.
BYN.
Now my computer froze.
I posted a chart on silver.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm posting the actual grid of what I would trade on that.
What time frame are you looking at?
You can look on daily or 4 hours, whatever is good, you know.
Oy.
All right, I got my option chart ready, and I'll tell you 2 ways I would play it, depending on people's comfort level and the account setting they have. All right, if you open up the image, obviously we all know about Beyond Meat that it's a parabolic stock that's just going up for no reason. One of the main reasons why is that fundamentally is the lockup period. The lockup period is where the insider people from the company and the underwriter are not allowed to sell the stock at the moment, which I don't know the exact date, but in the next couple of weeks or months, that thing is going to be coming up free, where the float is going to get a lot bigger, and that's where it's going to, you know, the price is really going to move because there's going to be more shares to sell, and a lot of people want to get out, especially the insider. When I forgot the exact IPO, but it definitely was pretty low. So if those people can sell their stock over $100, they're all going to try to, like, you know, dump as much as they can. And including their CEO made a statement about the same exact thing, I think a couple of weeks ago. So if you look at the chart, there's two ways I would play it, and I want to play like in a couple of weeks because we don't know what's going to happen, right away in a week or two. So either I would play July 19th or I would play another month out in August sometime. So one way I would play is selling, doing a call credit spread where I'm actually selling 165 calls and I'm buying back 170, and that should cost me, I should net close to around 120 to 150 based on that. I would be risking $500 for that on each one of them. Well, more likely around 320 to 350, but that's one way to play it because I'm not expecting the price to be above 155, 165.
Really?
Other way you can play it is buying a call put spread. Because option prices, if you look at it, is outrageously expensive, and the cheapest way you can do it is by either selling the call spread or buying a put spread. The put spread, I would buy it 160, and I will sell the 155, and that should only cost around 220, I believe. Actually, I can't do my math. Hold on. Let me use a calculator.
The debit spread?
1860 minus 1580. So yes, somewhere around like 280 or somewhere around that range, where it would cost you, and your max profit would be $500. So that's 220 you could make on that. That's the way I would play BYND.
I got a chart drawn. You want to see it, Sorab?
Yes, please.
All right. And it's just this is a 50-50 shot. 50% I could be right, 50% I could be wrong. Total coin flip. That's the way I see it, though.
What?
Yep, that's the way I'm looking at it too.
Pretty cool, pretty cool.
Yeah, because I'm seeing like if it goes below 140, it can really drop a lot. I think the next support it has is around like 122 or something.
Right. Cool. So
All right.
BYND, adding it to the possibly to the puts list.
All right, I can do that real quick.
If anybody has question regarding the put spread or the call credit spread, just ask me.
All right, Charslinger, you're next.
All right, so next one I want to talk about is, there's actually two, but they're really close, so you can play either one. So it's going to be my old faithful Mastercard and Visa. So these are super grinders through all this volatility, and I really wish I'd played these more during all this junk that's been going on, because they've just been like the honey badger, where they just don't give a shit. Right? And I'll show you what I mean here. So that's Mastercard. It's just been grinding away. And what I really, that's a 4 hour.
What time? 4 hour?
Yeah.
Wow.
And what I really like about it, let me zoom in here. I'll post another one. And Visa looks basically the same if you want to pull up Visa on your platform as well. Visa looks basically the same.
In case if anybody's wondering, about all those all those green and red lines and all those little, vertical lines that you see on there, those are all signals from this script that we have, and I know it kind of looks cluttered on a 180-day 4-hour chart, but those are all possible entries. Actually, those are all would have been perfect entries just by glancing at them right now. So if you would have gone in when the script told you, and you would have gone out when the script told you, it would have been nothing but profits for you.
Yeah, it's pretty good, and unless it's.
And the second chart is, Mastercard as well.
Yeah, I just zoomed in a little bit to
it.
this little triangle consolidation. So whenever you get into these consolidations, it gets a little iffy on the script, So you can see the green horizontal lines are the profit targets. So it did hit the profit targets both times, but
All right.
still, trying to
I'm next,
chop there.
I guess.
Hold on. Fuck.
All right. So another one. I don't know if
Shit,
anybody
sorry,
trades.
I got cut off again, man. That's a damn thing.
Sorry, go
Sorry,
ahead,
man. Yeah, I was just real quick. I don't know where I cut off, but just that looking at Mastercard, that is just kind of consolidating into that triangle. So I'm looking for a break above that upper trend line for a long. You can see that it the candles changed from red to green, so showing you that the momentum is coming back to the upside, and you got a big volume candle there as well. And I think with this good news coming out this weekend of the China trade talks, it's gonna give it power to really go. So, all right, I'm done. Go ahead.
All right, that's good. You guys will start to get a pattern here, and that's that we love triangles in this in this place. And here's another one, and this one's Kron. I don't know if anybody trades weed stocks or not, but this one has basically been consolidating for the past few days. It has been following pretty much that bottom trend line that I've drawn, that angle or the diagonal line, throughout several weeks. Yeah, and it's just been following it steadily. So right now I'm looking for some kind of breakout either on the upside or the downside. Preferably a stock like this, I would like to play it on the upside, meaning I would actually buy the stock, being that it's only $16 per share. It makes it easier, and I just feel safer, especially for Kron. As you can see in like the previous, it's got some days where it just has like some huge candles, and that's it.
Who's next, Sora?
All right, I'll take the next one. Give me 1 second. Let me post a chart. It's gonna be cold. I actually traded this week, and the reason why I traded is because it came up on our scanner, 0 to hero scanner, and what it does is usually it will find support and it's moving up from its support. That's the reason why I actually picked that stock. And I also saw something in that stock. It was just not KSS, it was also Macy and one other retail stock. So it seemed like the money was flowing into retail stock. Let me post a screenshot of what I'm actually looking in there on daily. So on the option, even though it doesn't seem like a big bounce over here, but I think I made like close to like 40% already, and I think I sold it like before the big candle. So I think I probably sold it on Thursday or Friday, I don't remember. And that's what I'm looking on daily, that it's actually getting ready to break that downturn pattern.
I like it.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
That's my KSS.
Yep.
Nice.
Anybody else? Truck Slinger.
Let me see. I had. Oh, let me do a bearish one. Hopefully, I don't get cut off this time. I don't know what's going on with my my mic off.
You want to do Roku, which everybody's talking about?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna do. How'd you know?
Because everybody was asking me. I forgot a couple other people as well. They asked me for that.
Yeah, let me see. Let me post the chart, and I'll let you comment after I go through this shit.
Yeah.
This damn thing is.
Yeah,
not...
I'll read you my comment. I think it was like VW. What he sent me thing. He was asking me.
Man. I thought he was gonna.
By the way, like I think we should do like a monthly rookie award or something, because I really want to acknowledge VW and Chinks.Billy or whatever.
Yeah,
Those two have really improved a lot in 1 month.
Yeah, it's true. All right, man. So here's my Roku spiel. So Roku had been going crazy bullish, and I think I only took a couple of trades on it, but I think they were all actually green. And now it's crossed that 834 on the 4-hour, and you can see on the script there, it's just telling you that it's massive selling going on right now, which we saw last week, which is what I think we were talking about in the chat. But I think it's going to break that 90 area, that 90 support area. And then, let me see. Man, if it gets, I think it could go to 80 pretty quickly within a week or so. If it 90.
I'm gonna post Roku as well.
What does Roku do? Is it like smart boxes and shit for TVs?
Yeah.
I mean, what Roku does is actually they're similar to Apple, where Apple charges, like on the phone or whatever, they have that ecosystem. So anytime somebody signs up for even Netflix or any other kind of paid service, they actually get a cut of it. That's why Roku is entering very aggressively, and that's why they're making really cheap TV, so they can flood the market and they can make money on the subscription and everything else. That's how they're going to create their revenues and everything. It's just not based on the model what they're selling itself, and obviously those are just benefits on that. But the whole ecosystem, like Apple, that's that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, they come loaded in the smart TVs on some of these smart TVs.
Yeah. I got one for you guys. CIEN. Look at it on a daily.
Whoa, had a big day there in the earnings.
That's how I see it.
What's the symbol?
Wow.
CIEN.
CIE.
You looking for like a 50 retracement?
I'm watching it.
Whoa, look at the volume candle on the downside on Friday.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's gonna eat
I want to
shit.
post that to you. I don't know if you have the same script as I do, but the volume one.
Oh yeah, dude, I see it there.
But you don't see it as colorful as mine.
I don't have that one up.
Yeah.
Are you posting it?
Yeah, I'm posting it. I have to crop that at 2 screens, so I have to crop one of the screens. Alright, look at that. So it's almost the same amount of candle as that big candle on the volume it looked like. And that's from Friday.
Yeah. It's a huge volume.
Yeah. And it shows you, like, the buy volume was somewhere around like 2.6 million. The sell volume is like around close to 16 million. So
Yeah.
86% was showing like selling.
Interesting.
I think that if what's it called, Captain? If I'm reading this correctly, it can really close that gap, right? Or is it gonna find the support around close to like 4170 or 4180?
Man, honestly, looking at what I'm looking at, I think it's got a bunch of down to go.
Yeah, I mean the next support, what you're seeing, is it like around like 4070, or are you seeing the next support close to around 36?
4023.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's what
Like
I'm seeing too.
On the daily, you just look at like the MACD and stuff. Like that's a sharp.
Yeah.
No.
That's like a home wrecker, man.
I don't even know what they do, man. I just look at charts.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'll go one more. Now I can't end this without talking about DGAZ. So I love trading ETFs and the inverses. So here's DGAZ, another one that's just kind of been going down since last week. So right now I am looking at a possible either break of this downward pattern or a continuation of it. Yeah, so in other words, this one is on my target for next week as well, just to see what happens if I jump in or not. And of course, DGAZ being one of those, the inverse is UGAZ. So if it does go the opposite way, because I would like to play it long. So if it starts to go down, then I will switch to UGAZ and go long on UGAZ.
Yeah, I played that thing last week, and that was beautiful, man. I think I bought it at like $13.25. I think I sold it for around $15 within like 2 days, and that thing went up like $16 something or whatever.
All right, cool. So are we tapped out on the charts, or we got some more?
I mean, we can talk about more, but the same thing is like right now it's a crazy week, and we have to see how tomorrow open up or whatever, because it is going to be a huge gap up, and usually
Yep.
after the gap up, a lot of time it may go down. Try to fill that gap.
It depends on what other kind of BS news comes out, because I think so far all I've seen is agreed on no new tariffs, which is big for the market.
Yeah.
And they agreed to keep talking, so there's no deal yet. It's just they agreed to no additional tariffs. I don't think he's taken off any tariffs. I think they just agreed to no additional tariffs.
Yeah.
And to have another meeting. So we'll see how they take that. Like you said, it's going to gap up, and then we'll see if it tries to fill the gap or not. All right, so if we don't have anything else, I wanted to take a look at the economic calendar for next week, see if we have anything interesting that we need to watch out
Farm
for.
payroll.
Yes, on Friday. Let me post that again in the chat here.
My feeling on the payroll and everything is usually the summertime they adding a lot of jobs. It's usually the summer intern jobs. But if you start seeing like those things not being good, then it could be pretty bad for the overall market.
All right, so the big thing this week is we got the half day on Wednesday. So be aware of that. I think trading ends at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, and then markets close on the 4th. And then back to a full day on the 5th. But like I said, we got non-farm payrolls at 8:30 in the morning Eastern before the market opens. So we'll see how that goes. If it's good and the economy seems to be still rolling, then you're probably going to keep having the bullish action. But it looks like I don't see any Fed stuff. There's only one Fed speaker on the 2nd, John Williams. But I don't think that should have anything, any impact really. You got manufacturing PMI on Monday, but other than that, that's all I see. You guys got anything else?
Tapped out.
That's it.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is just like the next couple of months, the volume is going to drop down a lot. So I don't think so we're going to be seeing like a huge spikes or huge moves, and it might be like a lot of choppiness in the coming weeks and months.
To add to what Sorab's saying, I think that's true unless there's news. Because remember, news is one of those big catalysts. Just like, well, news provides volume, and volume is the biggest catalyst. So unless there's something like, hey, we're best friends with North Korea, and all of a sudden Iran wants to be our friends, then obviously something huge is going to happen. Oil, I don't know, something big will happen. But unless there's some kind of news that's significant. I think what Sorab says is true.
Yeah, and also I think I just read an article today that I forgot that the majority of the trading is happening more by passive trading, which is like the computer trading, and they actually reacting very quickly to the news, and that's why you're seeing the market moving a lot based on the news rather than the actual active trading.
Human
I think
trading.
that- yeah, I think that article I'll actually post it over here. I think it's on CNBC or something like that. It's a
Interesting.
good article.
Of course, algos would catch every bit of news like ASAP.
Okay, before we
The market. That's why we usually like big spikes and then that news wasn't really true, then it moves again.
Yeah.
before we log off, I want to just go over SPY a little bit. I think that'd be a good place to stop.
All right.
So just looking here, what I'm looking at, I posted a chart there in the chat. You can see that I've got it in there. The Fibonacci extension is 1272 and the 1618. So you can see, and those are based on that initial run off the lows. And you can see that we ran right up into that 1272, and that's exactly where it rolled over. Approaching that again, and I think we're going to gap up over that tomorrow. So it's very possible that we could see a really big run off of that in the first couple of days of the week. So just be aware that it's about to pop over, you know, a couple of pretty good resistance areas.
Yeah. I think
And we've got the MACD turning up as well. So
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we hit like 300 soon.
yes,
If it is a
that's
retrace.
what I'm saying. Well, you see the 1618 is at 302.81, so around 303. So, you know, I'm not saying it'll get to that point, but you know, it's a possibility.
All right, so that's the article about 80% of the stock market is now on autopilot. So they're saying 80% of that's the article by JP Morgan. They're saying 80% is algo trading at the moment. So
Yeah.
the next step that we also working on is figuring out what the hell the algos are using, so we can try to be, you know, one step ahead.
Yeah, you know,
Is it gonna work? I don't know, but
I can
yeah,
tell
that's what we're trying.
that it's all algos, because even the intraday trading is just fucking difficult because the volatility is so crazy. I mean, it's so choppy intraday. I mean, it's hard to scalp even sometimes because the action is just so choppy. You can tell it's the algos, man.
Hey, to actually gonna like laugh at this one, Jacob. I actually was reading an article and listening to a podcast yesterday, and they were saying that these algos are actually creating like a lot of fake signals.
Yep.
Because they know a lot of people will go in at that point, and it quickly reverse once they show that signal for like a couple of seconds or a minute, and it will reverse. So it's actually trying to trap the regular retail or individual investors.
Yeah, they're pretty good at that. All right. All right. Well, that's all I had. Unless you guys have something else, thanks for coming, and we'll try and do it again next week if you guys are down. Hopefully, we'll have some more people come in.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and post this on the YouTube channel for everybody that didn't get a chance to show up. So, all right. Well, thanks for coming, and good luck this week, everybody. See you in chat. Hey, as always, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. If you really like the video and you want more, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you want, you can hit us up on Twitter at 0 to Hero Trader or Instagram at the same. And if you're not in the Discord, go ahead and check the description for a link to that free Discord chat. Okay, guys, see you in the next video. Peace.